What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here, and welcome to our daily show where we discuss the fourth stimulus check update, what's going on in Washington, D.C., what's going on in the United States, money, investing, and the $3.5 trillion next stimulus package, which will be the largest stimulus package yet to date. We're going to be talking about that stimulus package in this video, what Senator Joe Manchin has to say. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, and how he's not sure about this next stimulus package, the latest information on that, as well as unemployment benefits ending and states battling that, what President Biden has to say, multiple different things in this video. If you're new to the channel, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe down below. It's completely free to do so. Remember that new videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Happy Labor Day weekend. We're going to be having some fun episodes for you guys this Labor Day weekend with some special guest appearances. This Labor Day weekend is actually our anniversary. Me and my wife will be married for 10 years on Saturday, September 4th. It's our 10-year wedding anniversary, and we've actually been together for 17 years, but it will be our 10-year wedding anniversary on Saturday. Yeah, so I will be having some special guest appearances on the show this weekend, so don't miss out on any guest appearances this weekend. We'll be having some fun episodes, some fun guest appearances, and we might be having another episode of Julian's Adventures, our family channel with my son Julian. Another episode coming out this weekend. We're putting it together right now, so look forward to that this weekend as well. So without further ado, let's jump right in. If you find these videos helpful, don't forget to hit the like button for us, and here we go. The extra pandemic unemployment benefits will be ending this weekend for over 7 million Americans. The $300 per week unemployment benefits and, in fact, all unemployment benefits will be ending for some Americans that are over the extra weekly benefits. So remember, regular unemployment will not be ending for states, but if you're over the 26 weeks of normal unemployment benefits, then you might be losing all your unemployment benefits because normal states have 26 weeks of unemployment, and that has been extended from the pandemic unemployment boost weeks. But if you're over that extra 26 weeks of unemployment, well, that is going to be going away this weekend as well. However, there's multiple different states that are suing their governors. 25 Republican governors have opted out of the unemployment benefits early before all the unemployment benefits are ending this week in all 50 states. The 25 Republican governors that opted out early within the last few months, some of the people have taken it upon themselves to basically file class action lawsuits in a way, sue the governor for opting out of these unemployment benefits. And here's an update on some of these lawsuits. First of all, President Biden is encouraging some states to further extend unemployment benefits if these states, any state, can extend unemployment boost money or extra weeks if they want to, with the state's share of stimulus money that the states got from their $350 billion. Remember, some states are sending out stimulus checks, like California's $600 stimulus check that's going out to over 25 million people. Extra $500 if you have children, for a total of $1,100 in some people's cases. Different states like California or Florida and Texas are sending out $1,000 stimulus checks to first responders and teachers. Various different states doing some form of state stimulus checks, hazard pay, teacher pay. Various different states are doing that. Some states are doing back-to-work bonuses, like Arizona doing $1,000 back-to-work bonuses for part-time people going back to work. Full-time people in Arizona going back to work, up to $2,000 back-to-work bonuses. I've covered all the states doing back-to-work bonuses and other states doing state stimulus checks and hazard pay bonuses. I'm not going to cover that in this video, but I have done that here in recent episodes. Multiple different states doing different form of stimulus checks, hazard pay check, back-to-work bonus checks, using their state stimulus money. President Biden says they can use their stimulus money for unemployment bonus or unemployment back-to-work bonus, but not a single state has said that they will use their money for $300 unemployment bonus money as of yet. But there are people suing their states for the $300 unemployment bonus money that they feel they were owed from the third stimulus check package that the Republican governors basically opted out of. And several states have won. The states that have won are Maryland. Indiana initially won, then lost because of a court of appeals, but because they have to give a 30-day notice, the Indiana payments will continue basically until this weekend. Ohio, here's an update on Ohio. Well, I'll get to Ohio here in a second. Arkansas also won their court case as well. Ohio, a Franklin County court judge wants to reinstate the $300 weekly pandemic unemployment benefits, but says his hands are tied. Wow. Now remember that even though the unemployment benefits are ending this weekend for the whole country, these court case rulings are very important. They're very important for all the pending lawsuits in different states that are going on, because they can retroactively give the money for all the weeks and months in the past for hundreds of thousands of people in these states, okay? They can give back the money retroactively. So for the past month, the past 2 months, they can retroactively give back this unemployment bonus money to hundreds of thousands or even millions of people in these states for these lawsuits, okay? So even after this unemployment bonus goes away this weekend, there's currently pending lawsuits in multiple different states: Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Tennessee, South Carolina, Louisiana, Alabama, Missouri, Iowa, Idaho, New Hampshire, several different ones. Florida has lost, but they could appeal it. South Carolina was dismissed, but again, they can appeal it. So even after the benefits go away, these states can still appeal it. And if they win down the road, they can retroactively, potentially, get these unemployment benefits reinstated. Ohio Franklin County Judge Michael Holbrook says he wants to reinstate $300 in weekly federal pandemic unemployment benefits for Ohioans, but his hands are tied. He says, quote, "I so badly want to issue the order, but I am bound by the rules and I do not have the authority to do so." He says, it's with the Supreme Court now. On Thursday, he says Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost filed an appeal with the Ohio Supreme Court, which blocked Holbrook from taking action to reinstate federal unemployment benefits that Governor Mike DeWine ended early. Governor Mike DeWine halted the payments on June 26, months before the federal benefits were set to expire on Labor Day. But Holbrook said that unemployed Ohioans are hurting and the pandemic isn't going away. He says, quote, "I can't do anything about it. I wish I could." He says, quote, "I can only hope that people think because there are people hurting." However, Mike DeWine's administration does not intend to reinstate the benefits because Ohioans concerned about contracting the virus at work have an alternative: the vaccines. Quote, the payments were put in place because of concern that people might be forced, even though it might specifically endanger their health. Governor Mike DeWine's spokesman said on Friday, "It's just different. It's a different phase of the pandemic." So the lawsuit has now been appealed to the Ohio Supreme Court. A New Hampshire lawsuit has now joined the unemployment benefits. So New Hampshire, as of August 30th, has now joined the lawsuit. So again, even after these benefits go away, they can still join the lawsuits. And again, it can be done retroactively and reinstate millions and millions of dollars of unemployment benefits. A Missouri judge has refused to reinstate the federal jobless benefits. A Missouri judge has refused to reinstate the unemployment benefits that were cut in June when Governor Mike Parsons pulled out of several programs. And a Florida judge has also said that it was within the rights of the governor to stop distributing federal unemployment benefits in June. So what's interesting is we have several states that have won. Maryland won, Indiana won and then lost, and the payments will continue. Ohio won and then was appealed and then lost. Oklahoma won and then was appealed. Arkansas won. So what's interesting is you get, sometimes they win, sometimes they lose, and really it comes down to the opinion of the judge. If you get a Democratic judge, you get one opinion. If you get a Republican judge, you get another opinion. And that's exactly what we're seeing based on these governors. If you have a Republican governor, you get a Republican governor that opted out of giving these extra unemployment benefits. You've seen that basically all the Republican governors opted out of giving these extra unemployment benefits, said basically, go back to work, no extra unemployment benefits. If you have a Democratic governor, they said, no, we want to give the extra unemployment benefits. And I'm not picking sides. I'm just literally telling you guys that's exactly what's happening in our country. We have two basically completely different political point of views. Republican judges and Republican governors are basically saying no to unemployment benefits, bonus money, and extra weeks of unemployment benefits. The judges are ruling that, and the governors are ruling that. Literally can just look at the cases, look at the governors, and you can look at the Democratic governors, and you can look at the Democratic judges. The judges are ruling the benefits should continue, and the governors are ruling that the benefits continue. It's really just a political opinion. It's a political opinion. I see a lot of comments that say it should be the law. You should go by what the law says. And I would agree with you. But in this case, I don't really know what to say. There's no law that's the only law that's here. If I'd want to take all the governor's opinions and the judge's opinion out of here, the only law that's here is the third stimulus check package passed into law that the $300 unemployment benefits should continue until September 6th. That's the only law that's there. Where it gets into a political gray area is, do the governors have the right to govern their state and opt out of this federal law? And that's where some judges are determining yes, they do, and some judges are determining no, they don't. Republican judges are determining yes, they have the right to do that, and the Democratic judges are determining no, they don't have the right to opt out of that. You literally can't make this stuff up. It literally comes down to a judge, whether they're Democratic or Republican, is determining whether they have the right to opt out of a law that was passed by Congress. And the Congress, only the Democrats passed this into law, the third stimulus check package. That is how political our government is. Can't make this stuff up, guys. Literally can't make this stuff up. Senator Joe Manchin voted to advance the $3.5 trillion stimulus budget bill, the $3.5 trillion stimulus bill. He voted to advance it in the motion to proceed. Now he says the Democrats should possibly press pause, citing inflation concerns. Joe Manchin called for the Democrats to possibly press pause their consideration of the $3.5 trillion stimulus package, though he did not rule out voting for a smaller package. This basically comes concerned. This is as of today, of 5 p.m. This is basically Joe Manchin just reiterating his concerns that he wants a slightly smaller package. Joe Manchin. This guy. Joe Manchin and Kirsten Sinema. Dun, dun, dun. This guy, he is just a thorn in the side of Democrats. Republicans want him to join. Republicans want him to join the Republican sides. He might join the Republican side one of these days. Of course, he'll probably get voted out before he even joins the Republicans one of these days. You know, the funny thing about Joe Manchin is that, he was voted in as a Democrat in West Virginia, and Democrats praised him for even getting voted in at West Virginia. They were like, "Oh my God, we can't believe he even made it." He pulled these same shenanigans with the third stimulus check package. If you remember, we go back with the third stimulus check package. He was saying the same stuff, and eventually he voted yes in the third stimulus check package. And we're like, "Why do you even do these games, Joe? Why don't you just tell us what you want?" And of course, we had this story. I don't know, a few weeks ago, where in the what was it in the third stimulus check package, his wife got $1 billion for a foundation that she runs. Right here in the infrastructure package, the infrastructure bill includes $1 billion for a commission run by Joe Manchin's wife. Imagine that. It's called greasing somebody's palms, right? Now, this isn't $1 billion that's she's going to get in her pocket, but it's for a commission run by his wife. Imagine that. Imagine that. So basically, they're going to have to negotiate with Joe Manchin here at the very last minute. If you remember in the third stimulus check package, they had to pull him off the floor at the very last minute and go negotiate with him at the very last minute on the third stimulus check package. And they're going to have to do that as well with this last stimulus, this fourth stimulus package as well. Because he's just saying he's crazy, right? But again, Democrats are just happy to have him because he barely even won in West Virginia, right? Where Republicans were expected to win. And if he wouldn't have won, then Democrats wouldn't even control the Senate. They would have been 51 senators in the Senate. And here's the thing is that Democrats can't really lose his votes in the Senate because then Republicans will control the Senate. So it's almost like they want to vote him out next time around, but they need another Democrat in there. So they need another Democrat to vote him out, but another Democrat to win his seat. So they need to vote him out in the primaries. So they need another Democrat to beat him out in the Democratic primaries, but still win the Democratic seat. If the is what the Democrats are thinking. This guy, man, he is just always a pain in the side of the Democrats. He's just like he's against his own party. He's against his own party. But nonetheless, even at the end of the day, he still voted yes on the third stimulus check package, and he still voted yes for the preliminary voting for the fourth stimulus package, the $3.5 trillion stimulus package. Voted yes to proceed. But he's going to need some convincing. And Kirsten Sinema might need some convincing. This shows you how crooked these politicians are, right? That shows how crooked they are. So I don't know what they're going to need. They're going to need some convincing when all is said and done. But Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says they need to get their final proposals of what they want in these packages in. So they're supposed to be doing that now. And Joe Manchin says, I don't know. We might need to put this on pause because Joe Manchin thinks so. Heaven forbid, everybody else might need to put this on pause because Joe Manchin thinks so because of inflation concerns. But guess what, Joe Manchin? This $3.5 trillion package is mostly paid for. Now, whether it's going to be 85% paid for, 90% paid for, 92% paid for, 82% paid for, it's going to be paid for. That's the difference between these next two packages, the infrastructure package and the stimulus package. They're paid for. Okay, they're raising taxes on corporations. They're raising taxes on the wealthy. They're using leftover stimulus money, almost $2 trillion between the two packages. These next two packages are paid for. They're paid for. That's the whole thing about these packages is that they're not going to just blast $3.5 trillion of inflation in there. They're paid for. They're paying for it with money from corporations and money from the wealthy. They're raising taxes and they're taking that tax money and they're paying for it with this stimulus package and the infrastructure package. So it's very different than the first three stimulus check packages, two of which former President Trump passed and one Biden. So it's both Republicans and Democrats can take some inflationary there. Nobody paid for those. Those just went on the national debt. Okay, these next two packages, the infrastructure package, which has both Republican and Democratic support, and this $3.5 trillion package, which is going to be only passed by Democrats, they're paid for. They're paid for, 90% paid for, whatever the exact percentage amount is going to come out to be when it's all said and done. They're paid for. So you can't cite inflation concerns with these next two packages because they're paid for. Like, hello? Hello, McFly? Hello? Are you listening? Are you paying attention? Even I know that, and I'm not even involved in this bill. Maybe I should be involved in this bill. Maybe I should move to West Virginia and I'll run for your seat and I'll figure it out for you because you're not paying attention. Maybe I know more than they do because I'm following this every day and I know more than they do. I don't know. Somebody's got to be paying attention here. I don't know. Maybe they just need their palms greased more. Maybe this is just the art of negotiation, right? I don't know. You tell me. But all I know is that, I mean, look at these articles. Infrastructure bill includes $1 billion for a commission run by Senator Joe Manchin's wife. So I don't know. Maybe he knows exactly what he's doing. Maybe he just wants another $1 billion for something run by his wife or his stock fund or who knows what, right? Maybe he knows exactly what he's doing. I don't know. You tell me. I guess the good thing is that this next stimulus package is going to be the largest stimulus package ever. But damn Joe Manchin and Kirsten Sinema and these other guys better make sure that it helps the people in the most way possible. It's the largest stimulus package, but they better make sure that it does what it needs to do and not grease the crooked politicians' palms. And it helps the people. I don't know. That's it. We're going to have some fun episodes this weekend, though, I promise you. It's our 10-year anniversary in 48 hours. We're going to have some special guest appearances. I'm begging my wife to put together a Julian's Adventures. I filmed all the clips, so just putting some different episodes, clips together to make one episode for Julian's Adventures, episode number 2. So stay tuned for that. So make sure to subscribe down below. I'll keep you up to date with everything. And yeah, it'll be a fun weekend. So you can click this top video here to watch my newest video next, my newest stimulus video. And this is Julian's Adventures, episode 1. You can watch that again or subscribe there if you haven't yet. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.